Good morning. Good morning, Lynn. Hope you're well. Good morning, Maggie. Good to see you. And everybody else who's tuning in, you're very welcome. Hi, Ellen. Welcome to you too. Good morning, Dave. Great to see you. Thank you, Helen. I was hoping it was okay. I finally gave in and got a headset. I've been trying to avoid it for a long time. I can't actually see. Oh, I see. That's where my speaker is. Yeah. Yes. I hope it's a lot better, and I hope that words don't keep dropping off. Good morning, Stuart. Good to see you. It's a bit strange because it's like talking with your fingers in your ears. You can't. It's all a bit sort of internalized. Is the voice, but that's okay. Get used to it. I started using it on Wednesday night, I think, and it felt really strange. And now it doesn't feel quite so strange. Good morning, Rose. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, it looks professional, doesn't it? It looks like we're going to keep on doing this for a bit, which of course we are. Notice there's quite a lot of you on YouTube this morning, which is fantastic, because I can count 5 of you just on this screen view. Yeah, 5 of you. Because when we started, we used to get maybe 1 or 2 people on YouTube, so it's really good to see that YouTube's starting to come into its own. Just makes me worry a bit about Facebook. Are we actually on Facebook? We must be, because Maggie's there. Good morning, Sophie. In Brighton? Great. Love Brighton. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. Morning, Rachel. Oh, you're going to listen on catch up later. Well, that's good. It's nice for you to check in and say hello. Okay, everybody. So we'll start. This morning we're going to do the mindfulness of breathing meditation, which is a 4-part meditation, but with an extended 3rd part, just helping us to relax, really, and using a technique that was developed in Tibet, where we actually bring our attention down to our bellies and notice what's going on there. But I'll lead us through it as usual. Good morning, Jenny and Jane and Sarah. Good to see you. So I just wanted to start by saying a few words about our minds. Our minds cause a lot of trouble for us, don't they? And we often think that we are what we think, and actually we're not. If we were what we were thinking, we could just stop thinking. We could turn it off and on at will, and we can't. So our minds are something of a habit. The things that come up in our minds are just a response to the conditioning, the experiences that we've had in our past. And our minds are pretty much untamed when we start meditating. And the aim of meditating is to allow our minds to become more supple, more easily calmed and settled and quieter. So the problem with our minds and our thoughts is that they have a very strong tendency to want to be either in the future or in the past. And neither is good. Sometimes it's very good to remember the past and to remember what we're doing and what the mistakes are. And of course, sometimes it's very good to plan the future, as long as we're doing that in a purposeful way from the present. But what happens is that we live our lives in a kind of fantasy world. And by that I mean that we're always thinking about the past, reimagining the past, reimagining the good times that we are very unhappy that have passed, or sad that we don't have anymore, the people that we don't know anymore, the people we've lost. We can be sad about the way we acted in the past. We can be upset about things that have happened in the past. And all this causes us suffering. And then we can also get caught up in the future, worrying about what's going to happen in the future, putting a kind of a story together of how the future is going to be. And really, we don't know what the future's going to be, do we? We might have an idea, but we don't know. Anything could happen. We didn't know last December 2019, we'd no idea that COVID was going to happen. I mean, even in February 2020, we didn't know. So we were worrying about other things. And that worrying, that obsession with the future actually causes us pain. It causes us upset. So what we're trying to do in meditation is to be here right now in the present moment. And of course, the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, and you might say even the present moment doesn't exist. So when I say that we're just wanting to be in the present moment, we're just noticing our experience right now as it changes and changes and changes. And if we can do that, if we can consistently practice being here right now in the present, then our minds become more supple. They stop pulling us into the future or pulling us back into the past and into all the suffering and pain that entails. The present moment actually is full of joy. If we can just be here right now without the mind obsessing about what has happened or what might happen, if we can be just here right now with a quiet, comfortable, settled mind, then it's just great. It's always great. It can't be anything other than great. We're just being with what's happening. Even if what's happening is a bit uncomfortable, we're just with what's happening, and it feels okay. So that's what we're trying to do in this, in all meditation really, but certainly in this particular meditation. Good morning, Philippa. Good to see you. your cake was fabulous. Philippa baked some cake when she came and helped in the shop on Saturday, and gave us a big lump of it, which was lovely. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the meditation. Okay, so just beginning in the usual way, just being with whatever's happening. Like I say, being in the present moment, present experience. And of course, you notice that the mind keeps pulling you away into the future, into the past. So we're not fighting that. We're just noticing that that's what happens with kindness and doggedly coming back to the present. And it doesn't matter if we're doing that hundreds of times. That's the practice. We just keep coming back to the present moment, to our present experience, constantly changing. So in this present moment, how are you? How are you now? Is there a tendency to be pulled into the past or into the future by the mind? Just noticing that, not trying to stop it, just allowing that to be, but not letting it take over too much. And we can help ourselves stay in the present moment by having a sense of our experience right now. So what's the feeling of your experience right now? There might be sounds around you. Trying not to let the sounds trigger thoughts. Might be the temperature of the room, of the air around you. The sensation of your clothes touching your skin. Maybe you've got an itch or two. Or maybe there's some aches in the body. So what does the body feel like? The more we can actually live in our bodies, the more we can be embodied in our meditations, the better that is. Being in our bodies takes us away from our minds. So what's your body like this morning? Is it feeling relaxed or a bit tense? Comfortable or achy? However it is, just letting that be as it is. We're not trying to change it instantly anyway. And if there's unpleasant feelings in the body, if there's anxiety causing weightiness in the belly or tightness in the chest, just bringing your attention to that physical feeling with kindness, with a sense of love, snuggling up to any unpleasant sensations in the body. Just really noticing them with kindness. Noticing what it feels like to be sitting or lying on the bed or the floor. Can you notice the contact with whatever you're sitting or lying on? There's definitely a sense of being present in those sensations. And the breath coming and going all the time. The breath always present, always changing. No two breaths are ever the same. This is the mindfulness of breathing. And in the first stage, we're simply going to follow the out-breath. Each out-breath, following it from the beginning to the end. Not paying too much attention to the in-breath, just really concentrating on the out-breath. But without putting too much effort into it, just following each out-breath. And you might notice that each out-breath has a tendency to help you relax, to let go of tension, to allow tension to drop away. So as you breathe out, just letting go as much as you can. Ah, ah. Just feeling your body soften. Just letting thoughts come and go as they wish, but not getting caught up in them or pushing them away. Just noticing them like clouds in the sky. Just allowing the body to relax quite naturally as you follow each out-breath. And if you find you're trying to do something or get anywhere, just letting that drop. We're not trying to get anywhere. The less effort we put into this, the better. We're just following each out-breath. Just checking that you're comfortable and readjusting your posture if you need to. And then when you're ready, we're going to follow each in-breath, this time not paying much attention to the out-breath. Just noticing that each in-breath is an enervating breath. It lifts us up. It fills us full of energy, fills us full of life. And if you want, you might also imagine that as you breathe in, you're breathing in the love of the universe, the kindness of the universe, breathing it into your heart, filling yourself, filling your heart and your being with kindness and love. With well-being. This loving in-breath, healing all your wounds, nourishing us, helping us to feel good and whole. So now in the third stage, we're going to continue following the breath, but we're going to notice the breath in the body. We're going to notice what the breath feels like, how the body responds to the breath. Beginning with the upper body, at the front, at the back, at the sides. Just really noticing the movement in the upper body, how the shoulders rise on each in-breath and drop away on each out-breath. And how each time we breathe in, the rib cage expands, pushed outwards by the lungs. The rib cage expanding at the front, at the back, at the sides, and contracting again as we breathe out. and just noticing how that feels. The sensation of the breath in the throat and lungs. The sensations of the movement of the upper body. Not trying to think about it, just really experiencing it. And relaxing as we do so. And if thoughts intervene, just letting them go. Not being worried by them. Even if you get distracted for quite a while, just coming back to the breath in the upper body. So we're going to gently move down the body now into the abdomen, just below the rib cage. What can you feel here? You might notice that the abdomen too is breathing with you, moving in and out, expanding and contracting, but in a more subtle way. Not trying too hard to be in the abdomen with your awareness, but just noticing what you can and relaxing. And one of the things we do as human beings is we set ourselves targets and goals, and we try hard to get there. Well, in meditation, there's no need for that. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're just relaxing. We're just letting go. If you can feel movement in the abdomen, that's great. If you can't, that's great. Doesn't matter. Just noticing what you can notice. And moving down now into the belly. And noticing what movement you can find in the belly. Can you notice the movement of the breath in the belly? Quite subtle. So if you can't, it's perfectly all right. But just relaxing Just letting go as much as you can. Everything's fine. Everything's just as it's meant to be. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. We're just noticing what we can in the belly, feeling our way around our experience. You might notice that as you breathe in, there's a very slight tightening of the belly. And as you breathe out, a relaxation, a letting go. So if you wish now, if you're doing well and you're feeling the feelings in the belly, you might like to concentrate on an area about an inch or two below the belly button. Just noticing how that feels as you breathe in and breathe out. And if you can't be that specific, don't worry. Just keep experimenting. Just keep moving your attention around in the belly, seeing what you can find, and relaxing, not trying too hard. Just feeling what you can feel. So as we begin to move into the fourth stage of the practice, we're going to broaden out our experience. Just noticing the sensations in the legs and the feet, tingling, maybe achiness, tightness, warmth, whatever we can feel. And the bottom and the hips, the back of the body, all the way up the back of the body. What does that feel like? The shoulders and the arms and the hands. The hands probably warm, slightly damp maybe, tingly, full of energy. And the neck and the head, right up to the crown of the head. Maybe feeling the skin stretched over the skull, feeling a slight tightness, and round to the face, allowing the face to relax, to let go, the forehead to relax, the skin on the face to sag, and finally bringing our attention to the place where we're breathing in and breathing out, the nostrils or the upper lip, and just concentrating in a relaxed way on the sensations of the breath coming and going around the nostrils or the upper lip. What can you notice? What does it feel like? Just letting go of all effort now, and for the last few moments, just sitting with your experience in the present moment. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you did get an opportunity to relax and start the day well. So I'll be back again tomorrow with loving kindness meditation. But in the meantime, if you are enjoying these sessions, we run on the basis of generosity at York Buddhist Centre. We don't have any income. Well, we have a little bit from the shop, which is now open, by the way, from Wednesday to Saturday in the afternoon. We have a little bit there, but we don't have enough to pay for all our expenses. So we rely on the generosity of the people who come to our meditations and classes. So if you would like to donate something, anything you wish, it would be very, very much appreciated and help to keep us going. And you can do that on our website, which is yorkbuddhistcentre.org. And if you go to the heading marked donations, it's very easy to make a donation, and you can do it on a credit card. And we would really appreciate it. Just a fiver or whatever you want. If you're really well off, a lot more. It really helps to keep us doing these meditations and to running a centre when this pandemic is over. So do help us if you can. Okay, lovely to see you, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow if you can make it. In the meantime, have a really good day, and look after yourselves and take care, and lots of love to you. Bye for now.